Hello and welcome back to more Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. One last episode, we made our way through the initial Kelp Forest section as well as the Kelp Swamp, and today we are going to be adventuring into the Kelp Caves.
Hello there, Barnacle Boy.
Hi. I need, SpongeBob's help if you see him.
Okie dokie.
Well, you heard him. Use the bus stop here to switch to Spongebob. Activate the teleport box on your way back, and then go talk to Barnacle Boy.
Hey, kid, I could really use your help if you had some time to spare.
Sure, Barnacle Boy, what do you need?
I'm trying to recover my lost energy crystals that power my new secret superhero power. It seems the robots have found my supply and have hidden them in this cave.
Secret superhero power? Oh, what's it do? What's it do? What's it do?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret, would it? Just trust me. It's worth finding these crystals. I'd go searching myself, but my bunions are acting up today.
Well, then you rest those super bones of yours. I'll get searching for these crystals.
Okay, so the Kelp Caves can be a pain. Can be. It's become more manageable now that I have a better idea of how to get through it, but initially, if you're just starting out, I imagine this is where a lot of you might get stuck, because it can be really, really difficult to figure out, but I promise I have a pretty good way of getting through this. So the first thing you want to do is step on this platform right here, and cruise bubble the button directly above you. And then immediately turn around and switch to Patrick, because the next thing you have to do actually requires Patrick, despite Barnacle Boy specifically requesting SpongeBob's help. First power crystal's right here. There's 6 in total, and the first one's going to be right there. Pick up this Tiki right here, and then you want to throw it onto the pedestal right here. I don't know why I turned around for that. Then you want to go back once more and switch to SpongeBob. Take note of this button right here, because that's going to be important in a couple seconds after I switch to SpongeBob and go back over there. Because you can bounce up to the top section there as Patrick, but you can't. There's something you have to do from the top of the ledge that requires SpongeBob, and obviously Patrick does not have that ability, and you probably know what it is at this point. But you want to bounce up these leaves right here, and the second power crystal is going to be in this back ledge right here. Okay, didn't want to. I guess we're going to do this first. Turn around, use the cruise bubble to aim down through this little hole, and then make a hard left into this button right here. And I tended to get this crystal first, but I guess we're going to get it afterwards. No big deal. You found a crystal, there are 4 left. Yes, there are, and we will be getting all of them in due time. And just for future's sake, go ahead and reset this Tiki by pushing the button. That'll be important later on. Alright. Now what we want to do is we're going to head over here, and as SpongeBob, like we did in the previous section, we are going to take out the enemies first by cruise bubbling this Sleepy Time robot right over here. Then you want to turn to the right, jump onto this platform, and cruise bubble the button that's going to open up back here. And upon doing so, it is going to open the gate to our right and allow us to proceed into the main area of the Kelp Caves. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to actually want to head backwards through the section we just came through, because we are going to need to use Patrick, as you could probably have guessed, to throw the Tikis onto the pedestal. But we're not actually going to use the Tiki that you might think we're going to use, because that Tiki is going to be used for something a bit later. What we're going to do instead is we're going to use Patrick to grab the Tiki from this little side alcove right here. Remember when I said this is going to be important for later? Well, that later is now. So pick up the Tiki that you see here, bring it around the corner here, and then toss it onto the pedestal that you're going to see at the very top of this little ledge right here. And what's going to happen as a result of that? These vines are going to rise up into the air. So what we're going to do now is you can use either SpongeBob or Patrick to do this. Doesn't really matter which one. I'd say playing as Patrick because there's no reason to switch back to SpongeBob. Head up here, grab the crystal, then drop down, and you can either pick up the Tiki off the pedestal or go back and hit the button and reset it and then pick it back up from over there. It's whatever you prefer. But now we have 2 Tikis in this section. Make sure you don't throw them on top of each other, because then it'll be... Oh, well, that's even worse, actually. This might be... Can I still grab this? Let's see. If I drop down... This will be tough. This is going to be tough. I might be able to do it. Maybe. Looks like I can't... Okay, that was... Okay, don't throw it there. But just don't throw it on top of the other Tiki. That'll be bad. So for now, we're going to take this second Tiki and throw it over here. Oh, there's one more thing that I forgot to do, but we're going to do it a bit later because this would be... we would have done this anyway. So we're going to take the Tiki over in this direction, throw it on top of this pedestal right here. Now quickly take out these two robots right here. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna belly flop you, I suppose. I'm gonna grab this up here so I can replenish my health points. Now, I originally was planning on doing this before coming into the main section of the Kelp Caves, but since we have to go up here anyway, it's no big deal. Take out this robot, you'll see here, and then drop down to grab a sock at the top of this cave, as well as activating the teleport box down here, so that you can just warp back up when you're done. Switch to Spongebob. What you want to do is go back up to the top, step on the platform that you'll see up here, so that you can cruise bubble a button.
Sometimes pushing a simple button is the most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
I like to aim around the right side of this pedestal and make a hard left and go up. I messed that up because the leaf is in the way. So we're going to go down, go up, and then to the left. Oh, I said down, up, and to the left. Down, up, to the left to get up above the leaves and hit the button like so. That will open the gateway or in the passageway into the final section, but we're not done with SpongeBob just yet. You want to come down here until you can see the monsoon. Where is he? Where's the monsoon? I know he's here. Oh, there he is. We're going to cruise bubble the monsoon before he can strike us with his lightning, like so, because he is going to make completing the rest of this section with Patrick a massive pain in the butt. But one last thing we want to do, we don't technically have to do this with SpongeBob, we're going to do this before we switch anyway. And we're going to checkpoint here, and come up here, jump into this section right here, and find the sixth of the six campers. So that's the last camper. We found all of them. If we wanted, we could go back to Mrs. Puff and collect our reward right now. But we're not going to do that because we want to actually complete the rest of the Kelp Caves first. Well, not just that, the rest of the Kelp Forest first. Now that that's taken care of, we're going to drop off the ledge twice to jump back down to the bus stop and switch back to Patrick. Then we'll way back to the top, and you may have noticed that there was another tiki there. There's 3 tikis in these Kelp Caves, and we're going to need to use all of them to make our way through to get out of here essentially. But before we do that, we're going to use it to actually get our hands on another one of the power crystals, because in addition to just getting out of the caves, period, we also are trying to get Barnacle Boy's power crystals, and another one of those is going to be at the top of this cave right here, or on top of the staircase. So we want to throw the stone tiki up these staircases one step at a time until we eventually make it up to the top. And now we can throw it onto the pedestal over here to cause these leaves to start going up. And if you're quick enough, you can jump on the leaves before they actually get off the ground. And I was quick enough, but I was not quick enough to actually save myself. So now you go bounce all the way up to the top, turn around here to get your hands on a purple shiny object, and then a blue shiny object over here, in addition to a a power crystal. Only 2 more to go. And now we don't need the tiki here anymore, and now it's time for us to actually start making our way out of this place. So here's what we want to do. We want to carry this tiki over here, throw it up to this section like so, then pick it up, walk onto this leaf right here, and bounce away up here, walk off this leaf onto this platform like so, then up to this platform, and then finally up to this platform where we are going to discover ourselves on the teeter-totter. First thing you want to do is throw this tiki from the edge of this teeter-totter over there. It's tempting to use it to launch yourself over there to get the power crystal. Don't do it. You'll see why in a second. Now what we want to do is we want to go get another tiki. Which tiki do we want? There's so many good ones to choose from. I vote that we pick up this. Let's see if this tiki right here. Yeah, because this one's just sitting here. Probably this one should probably should have been the first one to come to mind. Pick this up, walk onto the leaf like so, bounce up here, and then bounce back this way once more. Just basically go through the same path that you went through the first time. And see, this time you actually want to launch yourself over there. And the reason why we couldn't use the first tiki to launch stuff over here is because we needed a tiki to be already over here, so we could throw it on this pedestal, so that we could unlock the last set of leaves we need to access the final power crystal. In addition to accessing the final button, the foot button we can step on to SpongeBob, in order to in order to get out of here. So let's head back up these staircase. Yeah, that's enough. Head back up these stairs, and then bounce over this way to switch back to SpongeBob one last time, and then we will be out of the Kelp Caves for good. Switch back to SpongeBob. Use the teleport box. Use the teleport box to warp back. Words are hard today, apparently. And then once you do that, we're going to head into the final section where we just cause the leaves to appear. And this is where we're going to get the power crystal first. Then we're going to head back to, I guess we'll get the power crystal first, like so. Just bounce over here, and it is yours. Be careful here, because you definitely don't want to die after having completed this much progress. Then spin jump your way back over here to stand on this platform right here, turn around. And Cruise Bubble, the final button you need to hit to get us out of these caves. That was a horrible shot. We're going to try that again. One more. Just aim it a little bit more carefully. Aim down, and boom. But before we do that, we are going to go collect our reward from Barnacle Boy. So let's head back up. I'm just going to speed this section up because there's no sense in you watching me walk up these stairs for the umpteenth time at this point.
Barnacle Boy, I think I found all your crystals. Now I can see your secret superpower.
All right, stand back. Oh, boy.
What happened?
I gained the power to trim my nose hairs at super speed.
Incredible.
Yeah, I guess so. Well then, I need to return to the Mermalair and get back to work. But here, take this golden spatula and go away.
Of course, Barnacle Boy. I'm always happy to lend my services to my favorite superhero. If you ever run into trouble again, let me know.
Yeah, sure, kid. Thanks. And goodbye.
Alright then, so there's Barnacle Boy's golden spatula taken care of, so now we're going to head back to the exit and collect the final golden spatula of the Kelp Caves. And now it's time to tackle what indisputably gave me the most amount of trouble in the first walkthrough of this game, but is now not going to be that big of a deal. The Kelp Vines.
Hi, Mermaid Man. What are you doing here?
Oh, hello, Kyle. I was trying to find some of our missing energy crystals when I came across this vine. In my younger days, I held the all-time speed record for vine sliding. You should try it. What a hoot! And if you can beat my best time, I'll give you another of these gold spatulas.
We're actually not going to accept the time challenge yet, because there's a sock that we need to get, and the most optimal route to get through this is not the same route that you need to take in order to get your hands on the sock. You can also switch this to Patrick if you want to for this section, but it doesn't really matter who you slide as. I prefer Spongebob because you have more maneuverability with Spongebob if you accidentally fall off. But here's the #1 pro tip that I can give you for the Kelp Vine slide. Turn with the camera. Do not try to turn... Well, that was a fail. Do not try to just turn SpongeBob's body with the left stick. Don't do that. Because if you try to just... Like, you can do it with these small corners, but with these big turns. Yeah, but I combine corners with turns. If you try to do it in those big corners, then it's not going to work out well for you because you're not going to be able to clear the turn before the camera catches up with you. So don't do like that. Yeah, just don't do that. I got lucky on that time, but for most of these corners, that's not going to be a very good idea. So turning with the camera will be your best friend. That still doesn't guarantee you do it like in the first try. Obviously, it didn't for me because I still died a couple times, but even still, I recommend you to only jump once there, because if you double jump that, you might overshoot the jump and miss the leaf. So that's good. A good thing to oh my god, words. Good thing to take note of. Double jump here, and again, turn with the camera. Always turn with the camera. Especially on this turn right here. This turn right here has screwed me up so many times, and it just screwed me up there as well. Even though I turned with the camera, I think I turned with the camera too early. Okay, that's more like what we had in mind the first time. Again, jump once to make the leaf jump. And then this is the last turn you have to take before you get yourselves a checkpoint. Definitely should have died there, but I saved myself. Checkpoint. The checkpoint is only useful for going after the sock. You want to double jump onto this leaf up here. And then turn around the corner and then double jump up to this leaf right here. Grab a purple shiny object. And then the sock is going to be on this upper pathway right here. And now we can warp back up to beat Mermaid Man's time. So, I make no promises at my abilities to do this on the first try, but the best advice I can give you is, again, turn with the camera, not with SpongeBob.
Still haven't beaten my record yet. Perseverance is the key!
But you're the greatest superhero that ever lived. How could I, a simple sponge, topple your record?
Keep trying, youngster! Keep trying!
Okay. No, by the way, I don't mean you only use the camera. I mean you can use the camera and Spongebob to help the turn process even more. Because if you only do one or the other, it might not be enough. Anyway. Yeah, again, I can almost guarantee you. I think I did this on the first or second. I think second try I did it when I streamed this game back in 2018. But I'm not doing that again. There's no way. I haven't played this game in probably like half a year. It's probably been half a year since I played this game. My math might be a little off because I'm not sure when the exact. It was probably like maybe like August. Probably it was probably August since I last played. So around August is probably the last time I played this game. So definitely a bit out of practice. And if you want to, you can jump to try to save yourself, but be warned that that can also carry with it like more risk than reward, so your mileage may vary on that one. And again, this checkpoint is completely worthless during a time trial because, as was the case with Sand Mountain, it doesn't preserve the timer. So sure, it'll take you back to that checkpoint, but you have to complete the slide in one go if you're going after the time trial. So this is when things get really difficult because the turns start getting really, really sharp. So turning with the camera is going to be of the utmost importance, and the most difficult section is definitely this last part right here, where you have to make these insane turns down these paths. I recommend jumping off right here to get onto this, and then jump to the right twice, and this will be on your final stretch to the end, in which you can just jump off twice at the end, and here, and I did that on the first try going after the time. Okay, wow. Yikes. How many times did it take me to do that in the first walkthrough? Like 400? Or was it, I think 367? That sounds right. Anyway, that is Kelp Forest almost 100% completed, so now we can just head on out back to the main forest area and go collect our reward from Mrs. Puff. And keep in mind, by the way, I made that look easy. I promise you, it's not. Like, I was moving the camera a whole... You saw me. I was moving the camera a whole lot, and also I had to jump with SpongeBob a bunch of times to keep him in line with how fast we were moving. It takes a lot of practice to get that done efficiently, but if my first walkthrough stands as living proof that with enough perseverance, you will eventually conquer it.
SpongeBob, there you are. Thanks to you, all the campers have safely returned.
No problem, Mrs. Puff. Any self-respecting sponge would gladly help. And it was actually fun exploring the kelp forest.
You're not so bad when you aren't behind a wheel, SpongeBob. Thanks again.
Always glad to lend a hand, Mrs. Puff.
I found this golden spatula the other day. Why don't you take it? You've definitely earned it.
Wow, Mrs. Puff. I'll cherish it always.
Alright then. That is the entirety of the Kelp Forest done, and I remember hating the Kelp Forest with the fiery passion when I first made my walk through this game, but it's not really that bad. It's just that I didn't know what I was doing, but now that I actually know how to make my way through the Kelp Forest and do it pretty efficiently, it's a lot more fun to play. Definitely one of my favorite areas in the entire game. Anyway, as always, we will say goodbye to our adventures in the Kelp Forest. Goodbye, the forest, the caves, the swamp, the vines, you're all so great. We must now return to Bikini Bottom. And that'll be it for this. Oh, actually, nope, not yet. We still have to go. Nope, I don't need to be taught the cruise bubble by Bubble Buddy. We're gonna head all the way back to the start of this area, or the beginning section of this game, if I can speak, to collect another golden spatula from Patrick.
Wow, SpongeBob, you found some!
Now they're back home, safe where they belong.
Here's a golden back scratcher.
Spatula.
I don't speak Italian.
And that'll be this episode. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time. Let's catch you all on Tuesday for some more SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Goodbye.